ICT 23 June paper 32 spreadsheet. We start the exam from the very beginning, and the very first sentence always says, you have been supplied with the following source files. So I need to check that I have the correct source files on my computer. This is supposed to be the source files of that exam. We can check. So banner, ellip, whatever. Yeah, I think I have the correct files. Okay. We always start with doing the evidence. So task 1, evidence. Task 1, evidence document, create a new word process document. So you are not provided with a file. You have to right click and create a new file. And that file name will be J222332 evidence underscore your own center number underscore your own candidate number. Okay, so in my work area, this is my work area. Maybe I like to maximize so I can see it all. In a blank space, right click and then new Microsoft Word. Okay, and then you copy or type that name that is gonna be, you double click on it and you have the file. So the file name will be J2332 evidence underscore your center number underscore your candidate. Now you have your Word file. Let us go to the question paper. It says, make sure your name, center number, candidate number will appear on every page of this document. You should put these in the header. So insert, header. Maybe a blank header is okay. If you use 3-column header, it doesn't matter. So a blank header is easier. So put your name and your center number and your candidate number and make sure you type these accurately. Okay. And then close header and footer, and then click on button save. And now you are ready with your evidence document. You will use your evidence document during the examination. Okay. Let us skip image editing. Let us skip image editing and web page. Let us skip them for the moment. And let us go directly to task 4 spreadsheet, because spreadsheet stands for Excel. Commercial names are not allowed. Okay, so let us read the scenario, because every Excel question has its own story. So let us read the story. The Tawara animal, whatever, is currently running 3 projects: elephant, monkey, and tiger. Income is from donations, and for each project, they record the amount spent on food, veterinary bills, and relocating the animal back into the wild. So you will be counting, totaling donations, and the money will be spent on food, veterinary, relocating bills. Okay. You will edit a spreadsheet for this data. All currency values must be in dollars, dollar sign, displayed in 2 decimal places. At the end of the question, they will ask you apply appropriate formatting. At that time, they will be referring to that values, numeric values that represent money. You should yourself format them into dollars and that symbol, and they should be 2 decimals. Okay? Okay, so that scenario, I think the most important thing is that currency value should be in dollars, 2 decimal places. The other pieces of information, you will read them again in the question. Okay, now you are asked to open and examine the file J2332 project.csv. Please remember that .csv is a text file. How does that affect us? We will double click on it, it will open in Excel. The point is, make sure you save as spreadsheet, so change it to spreadsheet and save it with that name. Maybe I will do that step first, because I'm always worried about losing my work. Okay, so let us double click on that file first. So this is the file, and it is Excel, comma, separated values. Double click on it, and it loads in Excel. I think the very first thing to do is select all between A and B, double click, and I call this autofill. I will be doing this quite often. Okay? Yes. Let us look at this warning. This warning because you are now opening and working on a text file. If you save it in that format, all your work will be lost. So it is very important to save as and change it into a spreadsheet or Excel workbook. Let us do this first before going through this. Okay, save your spreadsheet with the name project underscore center number underscore candidate number. So the file name will be that file. Okay, this will be the file name. Okay, so in Excel, file, save as, and then select this folder as your work area. The very first thing to consider, please change that CSV, comma, delimited, change it into Excel workbook, the thing at the top. So change it to Excel workbook, okay? And make sure you are in the folder 23, June, paper 32. Just double check, and it is Excel workbook, okay? It is very critical. Hopefully you will not lose all your work because of that. And then you save, and as you can see, the warning is already gone, okay? Because now you are working on a Excel workbook, okay? After saving and every 5 minutes, you should resave, okay? Okay, let us follow the instruction. Copy and paste the contents of A4 to B5. So go to cell A4. This is cell A4. The cell content is income, okay? This is A4. Press on button, copy. Okay, and then go to cell B5. This is cell B5. This is cell B5, and click on button paste. So as you can see, the word income is already copied to this cell. It's copied from cell A4 to B5. Next, delete rows 3 and 4. Okay, so this is row 3 and this is row 4. Highlight them both like this. You go to the far left above the number 3 and click and drag down. Oh no, this is not working like this. So after highlighting, and it is highlighted the entire row, after highlighting like this, somewhere right click, and then you can find delete. And that delete will be deleting both entire rows. Otherwise, you will get some strange options I'm not telling you about. Okay, so now the 2 rows are gone and data is shifted 2 lines up. Okay, they are testing you with these skills. Okay, okay, so now these 2 rows are gone. Place in the header. It is time to use headers and footers because your candidate details must be in the header or a footer as instructed. Place in the header, center align the text, spreadsheet prepared by, followed by a space, your name, center number, and candidate number, then a space, and followed by a space, and today's automatic date, then a space, and add, followed by a space, and automated die. What is all that? What is all that? First, let us go to the spreadsheet and insert. And this button, insert, I'm looking for insert. Yeah, okay, text, and select headers and footer. Okay, so this is the header, and this is the center of the header. You type here, spreadsheet prepared by. Accurately, because it's only worth 1 mark. So if you do one typing mistake, you will lose that only 1 mark. So spreadsheet space prepared by space ball. Okay, and then you put a space and put your own name. and center number and candidate number. So you put a space, put your name, center number, and then a space, and then another space, and your candidate. So you put your candidate details. Okay, so spreadsheet prepared by and a space, then your candidate details. Then what? Then another space and put on. These spaces are common sense because these are grammar. Okay, so space and type on, and then space. What do they need? They need automated date. Okay, this button is called current date. If you click on it, it will copy the date of the computer and puts it in here. Okay, so that symbol will become date. And then another space, and then at another space, and then at AT, and then another space. You click on the button current time. You click on current time. Hopefully, these codes will convert into date and time. If you want to see them, just click somewhere away. Click somewhere away from the header and footer. Okay, so spreadsheet prepared by your space, your candidate details on, and this is the date of today at, and this is the current. Okay, okay. These are worth 6 marks. So you have to pay careful attention to all these little things. All these things are worth 6 marks. Okay, okay. We did that. We did that. So I think instead we just click on buttons. Okay. However, we would like to exit the header and footer view. If you like to exit the header, because I would like these to disappear and only appear next when you are about to print, just put the pointer somewhere and then go to view and select normal. So view normal, normal. Okay, headers and footers are gone. Scroll a little bit up. Okay, so headers and footers are now in place. They will appear whenever you print, and without these, you will not be credited for your work. Okay? Okay, we did that. Let us go to that formatting thing. Every exam starts with lots of format. And here, formatting is worth 7 marks. Plus those 6 marks, let us see how the total mark is 29 marks. I think you get at least 1/3 of the marks by doing the formatting and the header and footer and properly. Okay, so let us do that formatting accurately, slowly if we need, so we are sure we get all the marks. Okay, let us read the instructions. They are providing you with a picture. You have to follow what's in the picture. Sometimes they write you additional instructions, but you should be able to imitate this as much as possible. Okay, let us read. Merge cells A1 to N1. Okay, okay. Let us do this first. This is A1 all the way to N1, and this is home, and this button is called merge and center. Okay, next. And then A9, A12. So A9, A12. This is A9, A12. Merge and center. Okay. And then A13, A16. A13, A16. Merge and center. And then A17, A20. A17, A20. Merge and center. Somehow you will be doing something like this. Later on, we will make it vertically middle and everything. Format the merged cell A1, N1 to have a solid black background. Okay, but I have a problem. I have a problem. Go to this cell. Go to this cell. If you make the background black, the text will not show. You make the text white. Okay, it is not written. But from the picture, you have to know that you make the text white. Okay. So just click once here, and this is the fill button. Make it filled in black. However, immediately change the text color to white. Otherwise, you're not going to see. Okay. And then from the picture, I think you would rather increase the font size. Maybe that's enough. Maybe. And also from the picture, I can see that is already bold. Just make it bold. Okay. I would advise that you again select all, and between A and B, double click auto fit, and now it looks reasonable. Okay. Looks pretty much like this. Okay. So I did all the instructions written here. I'm only now left with the picture to imitate. Okay, so first, I think those cells must be shaded in gray, okay, that level of gray, and that cell must also be shaded with the same level of gray. These two cells must be shaded, and these two cells must be shaded. What else? You should be able to figure out everything from the drawing. I think this text in these cells is center and bold. I highlight these cells, make the text bold, and click on that button, center. Okay. Also, these cells, I make them center and bold. Okay. These cells, I make them center and bold. Okay. These cells, I make them center and bold. Also these aren't bold. These, let us highlight the entire row, make them all center. However, only that total will be bold. Only that other total will be bold. And that last total will be bold. Okay? And what else? What else? These cells over here, these two cells are center and bold. These three cells are center and bold. Okay. And what about these three? These three, I did a mistake. Merging should not be down till here. Merging should only be down till here. Okay, so I unmerge it and remove merging. Okay, let us consider these three cells. Highlight these three cells and make them bold. Okay, this is vertical middle. Click on that button and make it vertical middle. Okay, okay, what else? I think I only have one little thing. The height of row 21 is reduced. So this is row 21. This is row 21. Go underneath 21 until the mouse looks like this, and click on the left button and decrease its height little bit like this, maybe a little bit more. So the height of row 3 is of reduced height. I think I did everything. Later on, these cells, because I think they will represent money, later on when will be asked, I will format them into currency. Please check several times. Okay, all numeric values are right aligned. Okay, just be careful because these are 7 marks, 7 easy marks. If you think you did a lot of work, every now and then click on button save. Okay. Okay. I think, okay, let me do one little thing. There is one little thing that I'm not sure if they want it or not. Let us show the grid lines. Let us show those vertical and horizontal lines. Because what you have here will not appear in print. Okay, let us do it. Please click on that button, which means select all. And then this is borders, and select from here all borders. Now I think it looks more like diagram in here. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, now we go to calculations. Spreadsheet is all about calculations. However, you get those 7 marks and those 6 marks, and don't lose them. Don't lose them. Okay, let us go into calculation. Place in appropriate cells. See, they are not telling you. Place in appropriate cells. Place in appropriate cell. Functions. You have to go to the exam with all functions in your syllabus on your head. So maybe there is a function called sum. Maybe there is a function called average. Or maybe we add things. Or maybe we subtract things. Let us read what's in here and let us look at the story in that question. Because in Excel, every Excel has its own story. Place in appropriate cell function to calculate the total expenditure for each project for each month. Okay. During your work on applying formatting, you already emphasize for yourself that this is total. And I think that entire row will hold totals. So this is the word total, and that entire row will hold totals. And also this is total. Okay? And it is written here expenditure. So I think all these are expenditure. Let's have a look. Relocation, veterinary, food. I think all these are expenditures. So I would love if I can add these through cells and putting them here. Okay, let us do it the easiest way. Okay, let us do it the easiest way. Put the highlight this cell, and this button is about inserting functions. Click on it, delete that, and type sum, SUM, and click here on button go. Okay, so you search for the function sum. Okay, click on it and then okay. So now you have function sum. With function sum, you have number 1 and number 2. We will be only using number 1 and nothing to do with number 2. Okay, number 1 will be those 3 cells. Just highlight and drag down. Okay, so what is written now is C9 colon C11. C9 colon C11. And click OK. Okay, see, there is a total in here. But I would like to double check. Go on that formula and double click. As you can see, what is written is equal sum, and the blue cells are C9 colon C11. And these are exactly the cells I would like to sum. Okay, let us now do something very, very, very useful. And you should know that this is one of the most commonly used skill in Excel. Let us do what is called replicate. Okay, after pressing enter and the function sum is already working, move your mouse to the right bottom corner until it changes to a plus like this. And then click the mouse button and hold it and drag all the way to the entire row. Okay, it will be applying sum to every adjacent column. Okay, try and practice with this because we use this skill quite. Okay, let us do this here again, and let us do this here again. Okay, so put in here and press on button FX. You will find sum, function sum in the most. You don't need to search for it. It's already on top of the list because you have just used it. Click on it because it is in the most recently used function, and okay, highlight those 3 cells above it, and okay, and go with the mouse until you are able to drag it all the way for the entire row. Okay, and then here again, fx, and this is sum, and say click OK. Highlight the 3 cells above it, and OK, and then using the mouse, drag that. We call this the fill handle. Drag that fill handle down till here. Okay, you may like to say, okay, let me check. Double click on this. See, it is summing the 3 cells above it. Let us double click here. See, it is summing the 3 cells above it. Just check as much as you wish, and then every now and then click on button save to make sure you are saving your row. Okay, now I have earned 3 easy months. 3 easy months. Okay, let us carry on, and this is 4 marks. Place in cells C23. Now they are specifying. This is cell C23. C23. This is column C, and this is row 23. So this is cell C23. Okay. Formula to calculate the balance for the elephant project in January. This is the income for this project minus the total expenditure for this project for this month. Where is that income? This is the income. This is the income for elephant. Okay? And this is the total for elephant. You have to examine carefully. Okay? Actually, I will do a subtraction. However, what minus what is your challenge? Okay? So in cell C23, this is cell C23. Calculate the balance. The balance is income minus expenditure. Okay? Okay, for elephant, because here I'm doing this for elephant. Where is the total income for? We are just talking now about month January, and we will be replicating it all over for all other months. So I think it will be that cell minus that cell. Okay? How can we do a minus? We are not now here using a function. We are typing a formula. A formula always starts with an equal sign. So go to that cell, that is C23, and press on the equal button. Okay? And then when you press the equal, things change. Because when you press equal, Excel knows that you are doing a formula. And then you may select cells by clicking. So after pressing equal, I just click on that cell and it's writing for me C4. And then I click on minus. And then I click on that cell that is C12. And then when I hit enter, formula is calculated. Maybe I would go into it again by double click for double checking. So it is equal C4 minus C12. C4 is the income for elephant in January. C12 is the total expenditure for the elephant in January. Okay? And when you press enter, the formula disappears and the result is in place. However, the result is negative. How come the income is negative? Maybe you are short on income. Okay, maybe it's a loss. So the net profit is a loss. Just leave it negative like this. If you double click between C and D to auto fit, then you can also see that it is 0.71. Okay? Okay, now having done that, okay, calculate in cell C24, C25 the balances for other two projects, replicate these 3 cells for all other months. Let us now go to C24. In C24, it's all about the monkey project. Okay, you click on equal. Press on equal. Press on equal. Okay, and then click on this cell because it is the total income for the monkey project. And then minus, and then this cell because it is the total expenditure for the monkey project. And then enter, and as you can see, it is negative 208 point something. Okay, okay, next, let us do the same for Tiger. Hit equal, click equal, press equal, and then click on that cell C6, click on that cell, that is the income for Tiger, and minus, and click on that cell, that is the total for Tiger, and then press enter. Okay, so here you have the balance for the elephant. Below, double click on it, you have the balance for monkey. Below, double click on it, you have the balance for tiger. Okay, and this is calculated only for January. Okay, having done these, this and that, now you are asked to replicate these 3 formulae for all other months. Please look, highlight the 3 formulae or formulas, and then click on that fill handle and drag it all the way to all other months, and see your effort now is reduced because replication is very, very useful. Okay, okay. Okay, now we have successfully achieved another 4 marks. Okay, okay. Apply appropriate formatting to all cells containing numeric data. As you can see, all numbers here represent money. Okay, so let us make them all. Okay, remember that at the beginning of the exam, it said all currency should be in dollar with the dollar sign symbol visible and set to 2 decimal places. Okay, let us do this for that group of cells and that other group of cells for these 3 groups of cells. First, highlight, click and highlight these cells. Okay, in the middle of them, right click, format cells. Right click, format cells, and then make them currency, and then change them to currency. The decimal places is already set to 2. However, because my computer is set to English UK, the default currency symbol is the English pound. Okay, please click on that arrow and select English United States. When you click OK, see now currency 2 decimal places. Okay, do the same. Highlight these. Right click, format cells, and then currency, decimal places 2, and the symbol should be English United States. And okay, highlight these. Right click, format cells, and then currency, decimal places 2, and the symbol should be English United States. Okay, now you have appropriately formatted. Maybe you would like to select all between A and B, double click, and I call this auto fit. Okay, every now and then click on button save. Okay, okay, and that was worth 1 mark. Apply conditional formatting. Apply conditional formatting. Maybe this is something new we have to learn from that example. Apply conditional formatting to only cells in the range C23 to N23. So highlight these cells C23 to N23. And I would like to apply conditional formatting. Before talking too much, this is the button for applying conditional formatting. Okay, what is that conditional formatting? Let me first tell a little bit about it, and then let us read what is required. I think cells with negative values will be highlighted, for example, in red, because it indicates a loss. And cells with positive values, maybe they will be highlighted in green, because they indicate a positive profit. Okay, let us go through the question. And these cells have to be formatted automatically. You cannot go and format them. You apply cells selectively yourself, because you will be asked to show a screenshot that you have actually used that conditional formatting feature. Okay, let us do it the correct way and the easy way. Okay, let us read the question. Okay, so we already highlighted these cells, and we already know where the button conditional formatting is. So, okay, so the cell, if a cell contains value, if a cell contains a value, okay, if that value is greater than or equal to 0, okay, this is my rule. The cell value is greater than or equal to 0. The cell is highlighted in green background with dark blue text. Okay, let us apply this rule first, and then we go and read and apply the second. So it shall be light green background on blue. Okay. Highlight these cells, and this button is called conditional formatting. Click on it, and then use new rule. Okay, new rule. Please select the second option, because it says format only cells that contain. So formatting will be according to the contents of those cells. Okay, and then cell value, and here please pick up greater than or equal, because the exam is saying that. So cell value greater than or equal 0. Okay, okay, so this is the rule. What is the format? If you would like to apply the format, click on that format button. Okay, and the color of the text, should be dark blue. This or that. This is dark blue. This is dark blue. Okay, and go to fill, and the fill should be light green. The fill should be, for example, this is light green. Okay, so it will be dark blue on light green, or maybe you make it lighter. It's okay. Maybe you make it lighter. Okay, and then click OK, and click OK, and see, click somewhere away. All cells with positive values are now automatically highlighted with filled in green, and the text is dark blue. Okay, please highlight the same cells again, and go to conditional formatting, and let us put the second rule. Okay, click on that new rule. Okay, format only cells that contain cell value. Let us read. If the cell value is less than 0, which is negative, the cell has red text on white background. Okay, so cell value less than 0, and then click on format. Okay, it should be, let us go to the question, it should be red text on white background. So go to font, and make it font color, make it red. Okay, and the background, leave it white. So this is fill. Okay, just make it white, or just leave it white. Make it white, and then click OK, and then click OK. Let us see the results. Please see that cells with negative values are automatically formatted in red. Okay? Okay. It is very important to take a screenshot of the rules you have applied, because otherwise the exam may think you are doing it manually. Okay? Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the conditional formatting rules, cell ranges, and formats. How can we achieve this? Okay, keep these cells highlighted and go to conditional formatting, and please click on that button that is called Manage Rules. Okay, so here, see, let us read this. Cell value smaller than 0, and this is the range, and it's going to be red on white background. And here, cell value greater than or equal 0 is going to be dark blue on green, and this is the, I think if you take a screenshot of this, you get all your marks. So this is a snipping tool, and you take a picture of this, and this is our evidence file. Click here on paste. And please remember to save every now and then. Okay? And that was worth 6 marks. I think the question, that task is about to finish. That task is about to finish. Save your spread. Now, because here you have to print twice. You have to be familiar or what will come. You will print it in formulae, and then you will print it again in values with some settings for formulae and some settings for values. And then the question will end. Save your presentation, print your presentation showing the formulae. This is very, very important, because if your formulas do not show in the printout, you will get nothing. Let us go to the formula view. This is formulas, and this is show formulas. Okay? Okay. I always do that. After going into the formula view, I do select all and double click between A and B, and I call this autofill. I also do the same when I exit the formula view. Okay, make sure row and column headings are displayed. Go to page layout, and this is print title, and click here row and column headings. Okay, and okay, they will appear in your print. In titles, here row and column headings, and okay, they will appear eventually. They will appear. Page orientation landscape. So this is orientation, and select landscape. Nothing is showing right now, but when you print, it will print on a paper landscape orientation. Contents of all cells are fully visible and can be easily read. So again, select all, double click autofit. Okay, everything is visible, because if only half of that formula is visible, you get rewards for only the visible. And the exam is asking you, make sure and be easily read. Just please keep it here, the scale 100%. Keep the scale 100%. Okay, let us go and print. This is how print out will look like. It will print on 2 pages. It doesn't matter. Just click on print and get them on paper. Okay, so that was the first print. Okay, print your spreadsheet showing the values. After successfully printing it with formulae, print it with values. Again, you go to formulas and close that show formulas. See how things are damaged? Don't worry, just select all between A and B, double click, and this is called autofit. Okay, let us read the instruction. Print out fits on a single page landscape. Now we are obliged to make it a single page. Let us first check and see if it's going to be on single page or not. Row and column headings not visible. Remember to remove them. So this is page layout, and this is print title. Remove row and column heading. What else? The contents of all cells are fully visible and can be easily read. Okay, again, select all, Double click auto fit. Let us now see how it will print. Because here specifically, the exam is asking you to fit on a single page. Please notice that dotted line. This is the page boundary line. And this means that this area will print on one page and that area will print on another page. Let us check this out. Go to print, and it is printing on 2 pages. And the exam is now specifically asking me to print on a single landscape page. It's already landscape. It is printing on 2 pages. Okay, now I will tell you what to do. And please do not do that unless you are asked for. Go to that place that is called scale to fit. The width is automatic and the height is automatic and the scale is 100%. Please change the width to become 1 page. Now I think the scale is something like 90%. So Excel is automatically reducing the scale to 90% to ensure it will print on 1 page. Let us go and check again. This is print. See, it's printing on 1 page. Okay, so then now print. And now the question is finished. Okay, but please do not do that scaling thing unless you are asked to. Otherwise, it may become very small and cannot be easily read. Thank you very much for